It's the dog. Over salad, girl. Over salad.
Okay.
Look at salad, though.
Sit down.
I like it, Mama. I just want to tell you.
You gonna be know that? There's nothing on there.
Woo, that is close.
Right?
Really?
It's too good. I can still do it. Where are you?
Right down with that one. Barely.
Have you ever seen a paper plate with something?
No. Push out some jumps. Or if you don't jump, you don't have to jump.
Who is this boss stick?
He wants some love too.
Yeah.
You go,
Look
buddy.
at the sugar over here.
I mean,
Just want some sugar.
I'm telling you, sorry if it goes a little late, y'all.
Oh, you should have seen her dog Venus. You couldn't get her. She wasn't mean, but she just didn't want to
He was hers.
I'm the one that saved her.
Isn't that always how it turns out?
They were gonna put her down the day we got her because she was free and she wasn't good with school kids, but she did fine with our grandbaby. And Emma was what, like 3 or 4 when we got Venus? But they were gonna put her down because of not being good with kids, nobody wanted her. And somebody had kicked her in her mouth, and her teeth was all jacked up because they damaged her teeth so bad. And it looked like she's always growling at you.
Dirty.
Oh my goodness, poor baby.
But she's just
No,
sweet as
no,
fuck.
don't get me.
There was only one kid that she would snap at.
Oh,
And he didn't have to be nowhere near her. All she had to do was get the lips on it.
my
Oh,
And she
goodness.
was snapping. I'm like, well, that tells you something.
Yeah.
Because she wasn't like that with our grandbaby. She wasn't like that with nobody else. Just him.
She must, yeah, that must have happened.
And the poor kid,
Yeah.
I mean, he didn't do anything to her. He was never mean to her. He couldn't get close enough to even touch her.
He didn't have a chance. Yeah.
I'm like, I feel bad for him. But she knew when you said, go get in your house, she'd go to her kennel. And you could leave the door open and she wouldn't come out until you said it was okay.
My mom had a bunny like that. You could tell her to go get in her house. She couldn't get back to her cage. She fell at the bottom of the cage. She got in there. It's crazy.
She was a sweet little kid. We had a king since then. And I was on his side, Bobby was on his side. And she, at first, would be at your feet. And then she would kind of wiggle way up, you know. And we wasn't touching, you know. And she'd get in between us. And before morning, she was laying this way between him and me. And she would put her feet on my back and push me. King size bed, not hanging off the end of the bed.
Yeah, I had you do that too.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
Seriously, you don't have to do it. She was like, she'd tell you. But she supposedly we got all of it out, but within 6 months, she had already been passed this time 8 times. It was bigger than what they took out.
Yikes. So, it's crazy.
I'm just like, and then I had to put her to sleep because they got rid of her stuff.
Yeah. It's hard.
Big blue or red, it don't matter.
He was like, pick a color, any color.
I like blue.
He was like, I don't want to
I
go
do
to
too.
sleep. I'm not just
Not big though.
you know,
I've never been red, so I might lose
It's
tonight.
the best, I think this is the best company you can afford the treatments. She's still gonna die from it if you get the treatment. I mean, she's putting out needles.
It's hard to hear, though, isn't it?
Nothing.
Sorry about that, man.
I was gonna be push out.
Got you in a rough spot, doesn't it?
You get back if you want.
I've talked to
Do what?
Lord
We can get back if you want.
about the women's division. And I was gonna talk to him last night.
I'll take it.
No.
I figured we hope for sure.
I thought I was gonna run up to the county football.
Well, I've got enough players right now that we can start a division if they're interested. If I can get everybody to agree to it, yeah.
I think that's probably the hard part.
Well, so
Too
far,
much.
that's just the general consensus is the Tuesday, Thursday is happening. Because one, we play on Sundays right now, once a month at Upper Block.
Yeah, we play.
But, Heather told me there's a lot of the Dexter women that wanted to play
Nope.
women's division, but because it was on Sunday, they couldn't.
Bye.
So if I did it on a Tuesday, Thursday, or Saturday, maybe they would, you know. But I hadn't even talked to anybody from Dexter, you know. And we wouldn't have team to show up, and some of them had to work, but life,
Yeah.
I really wanted all those teams to stay in there. But we played people from our football, of course, our area, like my team is the only one from there. Everybody else is Arkansas.
This is what freedom sounds like. And this
Nobody wanted to try.
enjoy 30 days of open road
Oh,
fresh.
but
Stop.
I did find out, Randy,
Thought I was gonna sit down at 9 o'clock.
I did find out, Monday night,
They lock in residues like a glue on your hard surfaces and fabrics.
is
Try
one
Night Elements.
of
Its vinegar-powered deep clean dissolves hard water. And releases trapped
Because,
residues.
well, when we did,
Yeah.
if Bobby had been up there, we would have had no place
Made
to
with
sit.
never more than 9 ingredients.
We had a table with 4 chairs, a little round
Cleanse.
table. But they don't want to accommodate the pool players anymore because they do the single on Monday nights and then trivia on Tuesdays. And the pool players just got out there. So now they're going to another place. They're gonna try and play Chiefs. The bar connected to the bowling alley.
I knew there was bowling out there, but I didn't know.
Yeah, because like, they live in Memphis.
Oh, yeah?
Me and Bobby go to our schools.
Pretty nice in there.
I mean, yeah, it's a nice club.
Yeah, I've been down there to bowl, but I didn't know that they would have a pool team out there.
Well, it's when you put it in the bowling alley, you know, and you're trying to like around like a little bathroom. There's a little cutout window where they serve the food. That's up the bar on the other side. And the little game room is theirs.
Oh, right, really?
Yeah, but I mean, they have good food and good crowd, but
It's been years since I've been out of Canada. Me and my dad used to bowl.
we still I think a couple of months ago was the first time we went to bowl at all.
Yeah.
And we played like 4 sets,
Yeah.
and he beat me 3 out of 4.
No, I didn't. That's good.
But that's at the time that when I think that's the one it was, of course. But you can feel like I did something. Feel that one, and you see how straight it is, right? Now feel like you feel like this. You can see it,
It's visible, yeah.
but
And you don't know what you did? You just,
well, I know what I did, but I don't know if I broke it or not. And I was sitting in front of our entertainment center, it's about $500 y'all.
yeah.
And I had those little drawer baskets in there, and I went to get something out of the basket. And I went to sit down, and I lost my balance when I was sitting down on the well on top of it. And like for months, like 4 months. I even wearing braces.
I get that
Dad's
thing.
gonna get a piece of it on the way back.
Just grab it.
Yeah,
I
just
get that
get
real
some
thing.
basket.
Seems not fair.
Because, you know, I was squatted down, like, I was squatted down like this, and I was hitting something, and I was doing that to sit down, because I couldn't find what I was looking for. And instead of sitting down, I fell down, and all my weight landed on this water. I was like, what are you doing? And I'm like, where's my wrist? Yeah, it was bad. And so, 3 months into it, I'm like, I did something to it, like this. like this and like that. They
That's
didn't do
a dog
nothing over
toy,
here.
sorry. It's not
It's
Carlos.
like-
Yeah. Yeah.
And I thought, how are they gonna see if it's cracked over here? If you're in here,
Okay,
and,
good stuff, Lance.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, I told him, it took me longer to fill out my paperwork for a first time patient than it did for them to see me and do x-rays.
How frustrating.
It cost me $333.
Ooh. Are you making friends? Yeah, I'm blaming you.
Something's close for all.
Right. You don't get to break no more.
That's what I tell you. He's more like a dog than a cat.
Our black cat we used to have, Kitty, he didn't eat the dog food. He would eat his cat food.
Oh,
He ate dog food.
wow. Get it, kill him.
We got Remus the chunky meat dog
Oh,
food.
yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah. That's all. That's a lot of cat weight to hit the ground, sir.
He liked that food.
When he rolls over on his back, he looks like a possum. He does. He's colored up like a possum, but he's gotten me like at least 3, 4, 5 times with it. So I look over.
Little cat.
Yeah, he's used to me.
You don't like that show?
Sure what happened now?
That's my whole game right there. I'm not sure what happened there.
He looked over at me like, really?
Nice.
Did I get it? Get that with it. Anybody look presentable?
Oh, that wasn't a bank shot? That's moonshine. I'll give it a shot of moonshine. Yeah.
Yeah, what kind you got?
Apple pie.
What?
You can
Good.
have it.
Oh, good. I just got to eat salad. I don't think that's going to mesh well.
Might give it that extra dressing.
Maybe, right. Hello, Angel. His elbows are gray, so when he's sitting down and eating, he's got these little gray nubs that stick out of his sides. It's the cutest fucking thing ever. Oh my god. I'm a dog person, and then I get him. Or he just wanders up, basically. So, and he is amazing. Him's my favorite.
Bartender.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No, I can't.
Check on the lid.
personally what they used to do.
We'll do it off camera real good.
Oh, yeah.
Y'all been to Gatlin?
No. That's what we're going on honeymoon.
It's pretty special.
It's good, isn't it? Yeah.
What'd you say it
Oh,
was?
smoky.
I'll smoke it next time.
Tastes like a.
It'll get you.
That's when it gets you.
It's the creep up on.
Oh, Lord.
Everything your wild child
We're gonna
does.
dance to
Cruisers 360
There's
days.
us right.
And adaptive 360 days.
Time out.
Time out.
Campers Cruisers
We'll talk about it.
360 days.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah.
We're gonna go to Destin for Labor Day weekend.
It almost got like a butterscotch taste to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not bad.
So what we need to get
Gatlin.
Oh, everything.
Everything.
We'll have like.
Mountain coaster, definitely.
Yes, mountain coasters.
Yeah.
They're fun.
They're like roller coasters or like lifts?
Oh, no, it's like a little cart.
They got a
And you
lift
can
too.
sit, both of you or by yourself. But it has like a roller coaster feel because it pulls you like a roller coaster to the top. And then you go down and around, and
Oh.
when you come down, they take pictures while you're coming down and everything.
Nice.
But yeah. Yeah, I told all this over again, you know, because they getting to the point now. I'm done.
Yeah.
And he's almost there. Had to climb another 2 flights before we got on the zip line. But it was so fun.
Yeah.
Like we got off the zip line, and then we did the horseback riding first, and we did the zip line, and we came back the next day because we got done so late. We came back the next day, and they let us use our tickets to do the ATV.
Fantastic.
And we spent half a day doing ATV.
Fantastic.
Yeah, it was fun. Definitely go to Dollywood.
Yeah.
If you get a chance. I mean, the roller coasters are iffy. Well, I'm not a roller coaster person,
Yeah.
but they have some that are pretty cool.
Yeah.
The food there at the vendors when you first walk in through the gate, they have good food.
Fantastic.
Yeah, and you can book places for like Dixie Stampede. That's a good place to go.
Yeah, I've heard that.
Dixie Stampede is a good place to go. And you have Hatfield McCoy's is a good place to go. Like they have an aquarium right there in
Yeah.
Gatlinburg.
I've seen those.
It's pretty. Like you go in and they have tunnels all over the place. Like on the ceiling that you see sharks and sea turtles and
They
yeah.
have one kind of like that in Nashville.
Yeah. But it's pretty cool. Those are some of the things that I like to do. I'm not a nurse on the moonshine thing. I can do without. But
I know, that's what's it. Thought we couldn't break no more.
He was.
You gotta keep my name, so I'll remember.
But yeah, those are some cool things that you can do, and they're not expensive. Like the mountain coasters are what? They're like $20.
No, it's less than that. It's cheap.
Yeah. Oh, and they have an Amish store. Like you can go in and buy candies.
Oh, yeah. It's really good.
Dude, I'm excited.
Pretty much.
But I will tell you, if you're looking at doing a cabin, better start booking.
Yeah.
Even on the hotels.
Yeah, we've noticed.
It's like depending on what time of year you go, you're gonna start booking.
Yeah, we picked up on that pretty quick.
Yeah.
Because we was originally gonna go in end of August, or Labor Day weekend, in Gatlinburg, but I couldn't get a hotel room. So I said, let's go this.
Yeah. What did you see, Rick?
I think I'll go.
But I want to go to Gatlinburg too. It's been a while since we've been to this, like a couple of years. I love it. Like they're still beautiful.
Daytime, it's a little extra there, but the nighttime out there, that's when it really comes out.
Yeah, I bet.
Well, the daytime too. I mean, especially if you're out at Shell Island, whatever it's called, Crab Island. Crab Island. Shell Island, Crab Island. I call it Shell Island because I find all my shells there. But Crab Island is like right there in the harbor of Destin, and you go over the bridge from Fort Walton into Destin. And if you look to the right, there used to be a lighthouse that stood out there at the end of the harbor, or the cove of the harbor. And that's the lighthouse that's in the Jaws 2 movie where he
Oh,
gets
yeah?
into the wire. That's where they filmed that.
Wow. Fun fact.
Yeah, and the water is blue like a blue corner felt. It's like crystal clear. You can see it
Yeah.
down to the bottom.
That's right.
And if you look to the left of the bridge when you're coming over it, you'll see a bunch
commentators
people
come in.
in boats will deliver pizzas and,
Yeah,
I mean,
awesome.
it's crazy. And they have like this little like bounce house and stuff and volleyball net set up and all kinds of stuff. Yeah. But it's nice. I like to get a pontoon and just be out on the water all the time.
Yeah.
But pontoons,
Yeah,
like
for
renting a pontoon is like pulling teeth because they stay so good. You have to order it like months and months ahead.
It's probably quite a process too, I imagine.
But I mean, we've been lucky enough to get a pontoon every time we go last minute. There's always cancellations, you know, but it took us, like we were there a week the last time we were there, and it took us like 4 days to get there. But we spent 8 hours on the water, you know, just stopping where we wanted to, and
That kind of makes it worth the film.
no, I don't care if
So
we
we're keep
go
on.
by
No,
ourselves.
35
or
minutes,
go
yeah.
with
That's the shot.
That's the sure that's where we're going.
Oh, you
But
sound like
I
four?
want to spend most of my time on the beach.
Yeah.
I burned 2 cribs. But
I'm okay with
I
that.
just want an umbrella and a lawn chair, and I want to sit on the beach. I'll take a nap on the beach. I don't
Yeah.
care.
Because those are amazing.
Yes, oh my gosh. And you can get out in the water anytime you want, and if you're sitting in the shade, like, it feels like 80 degree weather with a good breeze. Because it's always breezy right there on the water. Now, it'll take you, in season, it'll take you about an hour anywhere to get a table to eat. Unless you reserve the day before. But, I mean, we always go to like Frankfurters and,
No,
the
check out.
harbor walk. And we do
Yeah, I just
the
noticed you
sunset.
did have a shoes on.
It's pretty cool, like, they take you out there dusk, and,
They get
you're
their
out on the boat for an
moonshine.
hour
That's my
and a
vision
half.
out a little bit.
And they offer you free drinks and play games with kids while they're out on the boat.
I ain't got my shoes on.
Yeah, it's fun. I enjoy it just to be out on the water. And it makes me nauseous being on a cruise ship, but I can be in a regular boat. It's different than a holiday.
Yeah, crazy guys.
But I like to go to AJ's on the harbor and eat king crab and queen crab.
Austin Bridge says he's enjoying the conversation more than the pool.
The queen crab is better than the king crab.
I like crab too. Fantastic.
Yeah. The queen crab, you know the king crab has little pinkies on the legs. And the queen, yeah, the queen crab, there's nowhere you can touch without being first on the legs and the legs. I swear to God, are like that big around. I love going there to eat crab. But don't order crabs as much.
That was an accident.
Do you like calamari? Fried calamari?
I think I'm going out of it. Like,
Oh, no, yummy.
yeah.
I love it.
Do you? I see I used to like it, but now I'm just kind of like, man, I can take it or leave it.
But we the last time we were there, I ordered calamari, and they brought out calamari. What I'm used to seeing is calamari.
Oh, great shot. Look at that.
It
Yeah.
also had the little squid whole.
Oh, when you were ready.
It was
I miss the style ball.
Nope.
Nah. Hard pass.
My cousin and her ex-husband had went there with. He ate it. I'm like,
Here you go, buddy. Thanks.
it's little
You
eyeballs.
talking about the whole squid?
Yeah. Yeah.
Looked like Inky, Blinky, and Dot.
Oh, no. He was cool till you got to see eyeballs. Yeah. I'm out.
You know, Bobby was like,
can't remember what made you decide to order that. But do you know where?
I just wanted to try it. That's when I ordered it.
Yeah.
That's when I started eating calamari.
Yeah.
Because Nikki had ordered it the time before that, and it was good.
Yeah.
There wasn't no little inky blinkies in there.
No inky blinkies.
And this time when I ordered it, they had, you know, and they were different sizes.
Yeah.
I was like, no. That's why I don't like eating crawfish.
Oh
It
yeah.
has nothing to do with flavor.
Right.
I'm not tearing apart anything and stripping out the food bag and eating.
Yeah.
No,
Too much money.
if it's already, now I like the crawfish at food bag,
Yeah, yeah.
but it's already got the food bag out.
Yeah.
There you go. Hit.
Fantastic.
But I
Can't
am.
even argue that point.
But
But
I'm
yeah.
not eating it with that. And Bobby loves crawfish. She'll
I do
sit
too.
and eat it. I'm like,
I ain't done that now. Yeah.
we go back to Marina's and get me a salad and some bread and some calamari.
No inky blinkies.
No ink there.
I didn't win.
Why's he racking?
They wrecked.
We got questions.
I ain't paying attention that way.
This game brought to you by Marinas and Dexter.
I love it. I'm ready to go back to Olive Garden.
And Dollywood and Busy for
There too. They have some good food there. If you like Olive Garden, to me, it runs a close, like Marina's runs a close second.
Really? Nice.
The salads.
Give me a Whataburger and I forget
Oh,
everything there was.
Oh, yes, we get to go to Whataburger. I mean,
Just cranked up the inside a little right there.
Man.
Oh yeah.
Ooh,
Yeah.
the,
That,
last,
that is tasty, I gotta say.
the last time we went to Destin, every meal was Whataburger.
Get it while you can, too.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
That's
Oh,
it.
my kids love Whataburger.
Yeah.
They get them big old burgers and big old shakes.
Yeah.
They're like, Mom, it's so good. Yeah, yes.
Yes, it is.
When we first pulled into a Whataburger, we didn't know what a Whataburger was.
Yeah.
And my kids are like, is this kind of like Hardy? I said, I don't know, I've never been here, but
Right.
you know,
How about
it's
we find
busy,
out? Yeah.
so that's a good sign.
Seems to be popular.
Girl, my kids went in there and their prices were so cheap.
Really?
Especially being right there at the beach, like it's
Yeah.
directly across the street. And we got all 6 of us full meals for like $40.
Wow.
Yes, it was awesome.
I'd say. Absolutely.
I was like, heck yeah.
Yes.
Burgers are pretty cheap. My oldest son,
It helps
he was
that they're inexpensive too.
my oldest son, he was like, I'm gonna order a triple burger because most of these burger places are small burgers.
Right.
Triple burger.
Goodness.
Yes.
Sweeter,
He said,
we
Mom,
believe in foods that taste as good as they
I said, well, I guess you're gonna have to take it in half.
Right.
He said, but I can't eat all that. He said, there's so much please.
Right?
What?
He's like, can we come back for some?
Good job.
Just kept coming back.
Yeah, so
Spend $40. I'll spend $40 to
Yeah.
feed everybody.
Absolutely.
just clear them all out of the way for me.
Not her feelings to say.
I was hoping
Right.
to stay there and come this way.
And then I
like
spent
that.
it all at Sandest and Mott. But
It started out good though.
I love these little shops that they have. They're called AJ's, or no, what are Alvin's Eye?
Oh,
They're like little service shops and,
See, I barely had you.
clothing
I did it.
stores
Yeah.
I can't wait.
and
Like a
antiques
souvenirs
and
or
stuff like that,
something.
yeah. But I like doing there, just to look, see what they got. Bathing suits cheap, you can get 3 to 5 bathing suits for one price.
Wow.
Yeah.
I
They're
don't know
made
that I've ever
small.
bought any more than like a bathing suit at a time, maybe 2 tops.
Yep. Ready to get there. Because they said the hotels and stuff haven't been priced because of the COVID pandemic. Now that everybody's able to travel again, it's like prices are outrageous. It's gonna cost us. What'd you say it was gonna cost us to stay for a couple of days?
I got from that Friday to that Monday was $630.
Used to, that would pay for a whole week.
That's on 3 o'clock
That's
Friday.
it. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, right?
But we're not gonna get there until
Late Friday.
10 o'clock. If we haven't stopped, maybe we're gonna stop 10 o'clock Friday night.
Oh yeah, we're hitting the first Whataburger.
And we'll have Saturday and all day Sunday, and then we'll come back in Monday. That's not bad, though. Yeah. That's only I can find it, man. It's cool.
Yeah, it's like a race to get out of the house. Everybody was quarantined.
I never did quarantine. I thought, shit, if I'm gonna get it, I'm gonna get it regardless.
You really have to do it. Or
Come
didn't.
out, go hunting,
I say
fishing,
didn't
you go
really
out
have
to
to.
a camper, you go ride 4-wheelers, you golf carts. I can do that. Quarantine.
I had to work through quarantine. You did too, did you?
I'm just thinking.
Yeah.
And they'll give you a printout and everything, so police, you have to get pulled over.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, Bobby had to have one, I had to have one. At that time, that's what I was working for Dean. Cody was like, if I'm supposed to be out working, you need to give me a paper.
Yeah.
Because if I get pulled over and I go to jail because I'm out, or I get a ticket,
You're bad.
you're gonna take care of it. You're gonna pay it. He's like, no, I'm not. Let me get that paper.
Oh, yeah.
Like, yep, you better.
Harley
get it.
says, hey. Hey, Harley.
But yeah, I'm just, I don't need to go to the beach. I don't care if I see anybody or.
I just want the beach. Yeah.
We ain't been to the beach 8 years now.
That's too long.
I agree, Bobby.
You
I
count-
agree.
count
Wholeheartedly.
Pebble Lake.
That is too long.
Yeah.
We ain't been a couple years, that's too long.
Yeah.
I think the next place I want to try to go though, Dave, when we go on a trip again, down by Moss Point.
Oh,
No,
Is that Florida?
it's Mississippi.
Mississippi for a while, but then really well, it ain't on the coast.
No, it's not far from Gulf
So I was looking to go
Yeah.
for it.
you actually gotta go through there to go.
Yeah.
Moss Point.
But I agree when I say that, because they got one of the best Mexican restaurants.
Oh my
Oh,
God.
yeah?
It's called Hacienda something or other, and they have the best ceviche.
Can't remember last time I had a good
That would be the best name for a Mexican restaurant in Boonville. Hacienda something or another.
Yep. I can't remember, what was it called, Dave?
Best Mexican food, started by Country Boys.
It translated to House of whatever, but yeah, man, they had like they had red snapper ceviche, they had shrimp ceviche. And Dave, I was like, oh my God, I've never found a restaurant to have ceviche, you know, around here. And I was going through the menu the first time we ever stopped there, and I saw it, and I was like, I'm gonna try the snapper
Yeah.
It was amazing. Like my
That was
brother-in-law makes
fantastic.
it. He makes his, but
Yeah.
my God.
I tried
Super
to
good.
stab over 20 years ago, see where it got me?
What'd you say?
Let me see.
What'd you say something about 20 years ago? You talking shit?
We got Randy over too over there.
I'm all about the food places.
Me too. No, me too.
And I don't eat a lot.
I like trying new places. I do.
Get there.
No, they ain't come out enough.
I'm afraid to try any new food.
Right
Are
here.
you? I'm not good. It's one of my
Yes.
favorite things.
I mean, I'm afraid I'm gonna get some salmonella or something.
I love trying new places. I just don't like trying new food.
Yes.
Literally.
Maybe that's my fear. I like new places, just not new food.
You're really
But-
not in Mexico.
No. Well, yeah. Now we've been to Cozumel and the Bahamas.
I'm not really Mexico.
Well,
I mean, it is.
it is,
Yeah,
but it's not deep in
Right.
Mexico.
And they can't Cancun.
I want to go to Cancun. So
I don't, man.
I'm ready for another cruise.
Cozumel is probably still a place to go.
Cozumel was nice when we went, but they had like police enforcement everywhere because
Shit, Cancun.
the Mexican mafia was really doing numbers on people. But it was nice.
Yeah,
It was
you
the
know,
first time.
cartels and stuff. Not good for tourism.
It was the first time we had ever ate at Margaritaville. We got the volcano nachos. Shit was like stacked up. I bet it. How much was it? Like $8 or $10 American money. It was like 3,600 or something pesos.
Guys,
I told
I'll
Bobby,
give
I
you
said they're
6
expensive.
I got a beer and I was freaking out because it said 4,500 and I was like, hold on a minute. He's holding on.
I didn't bring it down.
Like,
Sticker
okay,
shock,
man,
though,
I
yeah?
just-
Yeah,
I just
yeah.
checking.
And then you look to the side of it, it's like $8-10 for a volcano nacho.
That was the first time I ever been in Mexico.
It was like $4 for a beer, you know, and I'm like, oh, we can eat now, honey.
So much better than what I thought it was going to be.
I'm ready to go back on another cruise though.
Really?
Yeah. They have 3 and 4 day cruises.
Yeah.
But
My dad has been on cruises. He would.
we went for a week on a cruise to the Bahamas, and I don't care for the 7 days.
Yeah.
Like 4 days is plenty.
Yeah.
Couple days.
But I like, and when we went to the Dominican, we stayed at a resort in the Dominican, and it was nice.
Yeah.
My parents went there and they were
They did.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna tell you, don't venture off the resort. You just save your money and spend it on the resort, because we got some brochures, we booked some stuff, and we booked go-karts for the day and horses.
Yeah, they're like a brochure.
No. Oh.
The go-karts were held together with wire
Yeah, the duct tape.
and duct tape. Our brakes didn't work on ours.
Oh.
They changed our
That's
go
kind of
kart.
vital.
Then the second one, we had to keep a hand pump tire, hand pump for the tire because it kept going flat. And our brakes were wired on with baling wire.
Good time. Good time.
Nice. Right?
And then the horses that we rode, like the area that we rode in was pretty. They took us on the beach with our horses. My horse had a big old hole in its hind quarter. And they spray painted my horse over that hole with black paint. Here's the issue, my horse was brown.
Oh.
So you could see it. And it was an open loop.
My goodness.
And then they had all the wrong size saddles on, so they didn't saddle so well. Yeah, beach that they took us to was a private beach.
Oh, I bet.
So the water was like real pretty blue, like a light sky blue. It was so pretty.
Yeah, if they just get their shit together and take care of the horses, it'll be alright.
Yeah. Well, when we first got there, a male horse was trying to hook up with another male horse. They didn't have them separate. Yeah. And
They're not good at that, are they?
Like beating
That
the
whole horseback riding thing.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Well, they're beating the shit out of the horse because he's doing what he was supposed to do as a breeder.
Right.
That's pretty experienced.
Goodness.
Yeah.
You were deep in that pocket, sir.
Mm-hmm.
And we met people from England,
From
all
Wales.
that,
From Wales.
Wales, England.
Oh yeah, don't go in England.
And it was cracking me up because we we were on our way back to the bus to go to the resort, and she's talking about like oysters, and I'm like, what?
Look at that smile.
And she said, my ass. And I'm like, okay.
My cake shop is
I
better.
couldn't understand her though.
Yeah.
And she just loved that we all had the country accent. She's like, where are you from? Missouri. The U.S.
It's a state in the United States. It's kind of in the middle.
She was like,
Oh, you've heard of it?
oh, okay. I learned about it in school, but I never met anybody from there. And I'm like, well, I learned about England in school too,
Right.
so we're on the same page.
Look at
But
us
she was
go.
really nice. They get the horses wrangled by whistling and tuning. The horses would just cram together and take off. Like, it was like herding wild horses. That's how close they were. They were so close at one point my leg was getting crushed between two horses.
Yeah.
Yeah. I had bruises all down my leg where the horses would go. My poor horse, it was so slow. I didn't think it was going to make it through the beach because the sand was so heavy and it had that big old open wound on it. Yeah. It was bad.
Bad.
You stop using the magic carpet?
Yeah.
You ain't making nothing.
I'll try that.
Trying to get them tighter.
Can't get top of that.
Yeah. The rack is too small and it fits it too snug. I got a wood rack for it.
Yeah.
When is it coming in?
Yeah. They always had them on our trips. We went to Hawaii. Hawaii was pretty.
That's at least two.
Yeah.
I really like Hawaii. My favorite part of it all is going to the culture center.
Yeah.
We just stay all day there. Like if they do lunch and then you have big roast that night. And they told you their history, like you interacted with them. That's cool. Yeah, it was nice. And what you saw on the brochure is what you got.
It wasn't no surprises, like, yeah.
And they have
That's it, my outfit.
freaking awesome shopping. Me and Ashley, went shopping on Holly. Her husband Dallas stayed back. We're gonna go jumping down the marathon style.
Oh.
And it was gonna take forever for them to get on the plane. So they decided to just ride around in little cars. That was fun too. We spent most of our time in those little cars, just driving around the local area. They took you up in the mountains to the culture center. They took you about places where movies were filmed and all kinds of stuff. But the culture center was pretty cool. And it was literally an all-day thing. We got there at like 9 in the morning, so we had to meet at 8 o'clock for the bus to take us to there. And we didn't get back to our hotel until 11 o'clock that night. It really was all were like a motorcycle body, but it had like a car hood around the motorcycle. It was a two-seater. It was pretty cool, but you did not want to have to turn around. Bobby almost got us killed
Oh God, Bobby.
because we were trying to turn around.
Tell them story. They don't know who's who.
No, you're okay. Bobby was trying to turn around, so I'm having to push this thing back and forth to get us turned around because it doesn't turn good. And then a truck's coming over the hill at us. And I'm like, you're gonna get killed. And I went to a store and I bought a hat. It was a white hat that said Hawaii on it. And we were riding a little cart and my hat flew off. And there was a homeless man laying on the sidewalk over there. And as soon as my hat came off, he went running across the road and got that hat. I had to go buy another one. Because at that time my hair was long, like it was down to the middle of my back. And I remember those days on to hold the hair out of my face while we were riding. It was fun.
Good time.
And I don't mind the Hawaii, but I don't mind the trip.
Oh, I bet it's great.
It's an 11.5-hour flight for us, and 8 hours of that was over the ocean at night. Yeah. So everybody else was sleeping, and I'm over here flipping out. So I'm like,
White knuckled and
Right.
out.
and we were on a Boeing 757 at that time. And there's 2 seats by the window, comfortable size, and 8 seats in the middle, cram-packed, and then another 2 seats on the other side by the window. Guess where I get stuck? In the middle.
The middle.
By this time, I haven't had a cigarette in over 12 hours. And I'm telling you, I had me one of those little cinnamon cigarette things. Shit, I'd go in the bathroom trying to flush the toilet so it sucked down the
That was
smoke.
great.
And
I bet everybody on the plane thought you were explosive.
the only downside to that was I couldn't sleep when everybody else was sleeping because I was so freaking out being over the ocean. And
For that long period of time.
and I hadn't had a cigarette in about 12 hours at that point.
Some stressing.
And we finally make it to Hawaii. And it nuts.
All the time.
Oh yeah, it's worse than Atlanta traffic. And
Wait, what is?
Yeah.
Atlanta traffic.
It's pretty bad. Yeah.
Oh.
the traffic is worse than Atlanta. And we were in Waikiki.
Wrong Periscope.
Yeah. Well,
I get shot. Oh no.
Hey, man.
let me tell you.
Come back to the-
By the time we got out to get into the van to go to the hotel, it was crazy. I smoked like 4 cigarettes just to even get in the van. But the trip back was what done me in. I would love to go back to Hawaii, but I don't want to do the trip. Because I almost got us kicked off the plane coming home. I did.
That's the road.
Because I was stuck in the middle of that 8-row seats. And they're telling me that
Fuck, I guess I'm going to pocket. Laughing.
Over it.
they told me it was going to cost me $338 to move 2 seats. I said, I'm not paying $338 when I could have done this in the airport for $30. the back of the plane,
Back.
in the very back, so I could lay down if I wanted to. And that really pissed me off because we had already paid so much for the tickets. Because we paid, it was like $600 or $700 for our tickets. Yeah. And then they're telling me that I'm gonna have to sit in the back. No. I didn't pay extra money to sit in the damn back. I'm not going to. You know, but you're not going to charge me $338 to move two seats when I could have got it for $30. The Bobby's like, shut up. Just keep talking. So I was getting rude with that stewardess now. I'm not lying. She gonna tell me I put you in the back, and I know you ain't. I was mad, wasn't I?
And there's empty back.
She's like, well, I'm sorry.
She said, okay.
Right?
And then she wouldn't come to our row and bring us like any drinks or anything. Yeah. And so finally I got tired of it. We were like 6 hours in on this flight. And I was thirsty. I was like, are they going to come by us to even offer us a drink?
Yeah.
So I was headed to the bathroom. I said,
And now I gotta make a scene.
well, she's going to tell me, well, shit. Can I get you something? I was like, yeah, it'd be nice if you come by our seat, but I need a Dr. Pepper and I'm not paying for it.
We want some of them crackers.
Yeah, throw them in there too.
Girl, we were on the damn plane for 6 hours at this point.
Yeah.
We hadn't ate breakfast.
Oh.
I was mad. I was like, dude, no.
Yeah.
We paid too much money for tickets for you to be rude.
Yeah. No, I'm angry too. Thanks.
Well, I was past angry. I was angry.
Yeah.
Bobby's like, shut up. and sit down. I'm like, well, you won't go give me that. I was mad. I was just taking it out on everybody. I ain't gonna lie.
No one was safe.
We got off the plane at Memphis. Finally, we got to Memphis the next day. And Dallas has lost his keys.
When we come back to Los Angeles,
Yes.
and then we went from Los Angeles to Denver,
Then,
and then from Denver to Memphis.
yeah. This is how we started out. Memphis, Charlotte.
No, we didn't go there.
Yeah, we did. Because we had to check in and we had to throw our sodas away because we had just bought them when we got off the plane and had to throw them
We
away.
went to Dallas. We went to Fort Worth. We went down and back up.
Anyway, maybe I'm thinking about when we went to Dominican. That's what I'm thinking about. But anyway, so we get on at Memphis, we go to Dallas, Fort Worth. Then we get on there and we go to LA. I wanted to go to LA because I wanted to see it in the daytime. It was at night. And so by this point it's like what, at 9 or 10 o'clock at night?
Our flight was leaving in like 13 minutes, so we had to get off.
Run.
And run all the way to our next one.
Oh my god, it was such a big airport.
Yeah.
But you had to go upstairs, and you had to come in and go upstairs and come back through. You had to go through security again,
Yeah.
and then go, and then we had to go downstairs again and go all the way to the end.
Time trial even.
Yeah.
13 minutes.
Right.
It
make it
later
happen.
made it.
And so we get to LA, we get on another plane in LA. And then that's when we go over the ocean for 8 hours. We got there the next, like we left at what, 5:30 in the morning. We were on the plane to go to Dallas. 5:30 a.m. We got to Denver.
You are, Bob, you are.
And then it was like 4 o'clock in the afternoon. We get on the plane at Denver at 7:30 that night. We get to LA at like 11 o'clock at night. Then we get on another plane and travel for another 8 hours to Hawaii. We got to Hawaii at like 8 or 9 o'clock the next morning. We get to, yeah.
That's
we
a
get
trek,
to,
man.
yeah. It was. I'm not a good long time travel companion. Like if I can get there in a couple, 2 or 3 hours, like I'm good.
Yeah, yeah.
But when you travel 11 and a half hours,
It takes a toll.
it does, for a smoker especially.
Yeah.
And so we get there, as soon as we get there, we get our bag, and then we get to the hotel by like 10 o'clock in the morning. We can't check in until 2. So we have to find something to do until then. And they kept our bags at the front desk so we could go do whatever. We just kind of walked around the hotel and, you know, those couple of blocks.
Yeah. Understandable, so.
Yeah. The Dominican trip was almost as long. The Dominican is where we flew like 6 different places to get things. When we got to the Dominican, they had already had our bags off of the conveyor belt, loading them in a car, and come and got us. And tried to charge us more money.
Oh!
So I had my electronic smoker, you know.
Yeah.
$300 we paid for this shit, right?
Right.
Me and Ashley both have one. It has its own little carrying case, all that,
Yeah.
to fit in your luggage. You can go into the country with it, but you cannot leave the country with it.
Are you serious?
Oh, I'm serious. We almost missed our flight because they kept going through our bags and finally found our smokers because it popped up on the imaging. Even though it was taken completely apart, put in its own little compartment,
Yeah.
the batteries were out. They poured our juice out. Ashley had silk blouses, 100% silk, and they ruined them because they poured the juice out on her clothes. They kept hers, and then went through my bags 3 times to look for more because they found one in my bag as well.
Was it bomb or something?
And they threw it in the trash while I was standing there. And I'm like, if you knew how much that cost, you would not throw that away.
Right.
That's how the captain is having the airport to call mine and Ashley's name because we're fixing to get left in the Dominican. I swear to God, as soon as we stepped on the plane, they closed the door and we took off. That's how close it was.
Mercy. That's entirely too close.
You didn't have to pay to get into the country, but you had to pay to leave. They make their money.
Yeah.
And then you have, like, they can't drive. Like, for real.
What? It's not their strong suit.
It's like riding with a new driver. And they all have standard vehicles.
Yeah.
Is that clip where guys trying to steal a car? It was a manual transmission.
Yes.
They could steal, so they took off running.
I sure ain't that
But
bad.
it was pretty Dominican. Like,
Yeah, that's
the
what it's
resort
called.
we stayed at was Punta Cana,
Good job, Bob.
Your mom was there.
Dominican.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We stayed at the Rio
Real
Hotel Resort,
Yeah.
and it was adults
estate.
only.
Reuse something or another.
Yeah. Rio Palace or something. And it was adults only, but the resorts next to us, kids were all the time coming in anyway. I'm like, what the hell's the point of paying
Why?
extra for an adult only resort if
Right.
you have kids running everywhere? But it was pretty cool. It was like all you could eat food, any time of the day or night.
Yeah, his mom really liked it.
Yeah, it was nice, and they had 3 pools on the resort that we stayed at only, and then you had like spas and little stores and
Good stuff.
I was pissed because they took my smoker and left his illegal cigars.
No, it wasn't illegal.
Yes, they
I had to
were.
pay for it when I come back in.
It was like contraband. You weren't supposed to take them.
They didn't take it, I had to pay for it when I come in.
Okay.
And then you were allowed so much liquor that you could bring back.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was great. But we had fun.
Gotta weigh out the bullshit.
They had these little Dominican dudes. One of them, I think it was even a girl, maybe.
Oh,
Dressed and do a tribute to Michael Jackson.
Oh, really?
It was a pretty good show. Nice. Yeah, it was a pretty good show. But I would still much rather do a cruise than.
It sounds like your experience was a lot more
So I've been stuck on a boat for days. Like, I know there's a lot to do.
The couple of days
Oh,
thing is
yeah.
fine, but no more than that.
Yeah.
I have never been all the way through a cruise ship.
Really?
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah. That makes sense, though. As big as they are.
Well, you eat 24 hours a day, drink 24 hours a day. You have shows, you have a casino, you have pool, you have sauna, you have gym. They have beauty shops. They have little shops in the boat. Like there
Plenty to do.
yes,
Yeah.
yes, and they even have like if you had small kids, they had specific groups for those kids. It was like an all-day daycare, so that you pay for that in your tickets
Yeah.
if you have children,
Yeah.
and they keep up with them all day long while you do your thing
That's awesome.
till bedtime.
Yeah.
Seriously,
Yeah.
like they had
Everybody
like
had-
game rooms and
That's
dance
what
clubs
you
for
get.
I
teens,
thought the name would
and
go though.
then you had the adult clubs, and then the family theater shows, and they had bingo and all kinds of shit game wise on the boat. Like
Yeah, $5.
the
You like
kids,
some?
Yeah. Just hung out in the pocket.
and photos, like you take photos every night.
Yeah.
And you have the option to go through about the ones you want, and then give them the rest back. So the last time we went, while we were looking at pictures, I was taking pictures with my phone. Yeah, so we didn't have to buy the pictures. And we did fine dining. And you can do fine dining for breakfast and lunch and supper.
Just did 2 bottles.
Or you can do buffet out on the Lido deck.
I wonder if you do it.
I did see it too.
Yeah.
They had Chinese food, they had American food, they had
That looked quiet. There's
Italian
2 and a 4
food,
down
they
there.
had Japanese food, they had like all these cultures. There was like 7 or 8 buffets that took over half of the Lido deck. The other half, they even had mini golf, and some of them had water slides and carts and all kinds of stuff on top. But I've only been through about half of the deck, like all of the decks on a cruise ship, even being on it for a week. Like you would get literally lost in the quarters because they all look the same. Oh. You better hope you knew where you were going to.
Yeah, that one gonna happen.
Where's that map says you are here?
Yeah.
I need
Yeah.
more of that.
Yeah, I prefer a cruise over traveling.
Sounds like less trouble.
It is. Like the worst you have to worry about is coming through customs when you get back.
Yeah, that's always fun for me.
And if you're like us, we're too poor to buy anything expensive. Like we got shirts and whatnot, but yeah, if you
Oh,
go
I don't know what happened there.
and you'll see some of these people, like when we went to the Bahamas the first time,
Oh, Lord.
we were coming out to go into customs when we got off the cruise ship. There was people that had like $30,000 market that they bought.
They just got it under their arm, just going through customs.
And they had to pay for it because they don't charge you taxes there. And so when you come back, you have to fill out a sheet of paper for customs.
Yeah.
They search your bags. Hell, all they found was like cigarettes, because you're allowed 5 cartons of cigarettes. And like 1 or 2 bottles of
Hey, you need more than 5 cartons of cigarettes.
Hey, look, on the cruise ship, look, on the cruise ship, like Marlboros.
I know kids get on your nerves and everything.
No, for real, like, for 5 carton of Marlboros, I'd pay like, what, $125?
No, it used to be 105.
105 for 5 cartons of Marlboro.
Wow.
But by the time buying up, you can do it.
Well, you're only allowed the 5 cartons.
And you better make it count.
And you can only buy them when they're in open water. You can't buy them when they're in the States. Because they close the shop up.
Yeah.
But, so I'm like, okay, Bobby, you buy 5 cartons and I'll buy 5 cartons because you're allowed that per person.
Yeah.
Shit. I didn't buy cigarettes for about 2 months when I come back.
Nice.
They never had hundreds, but they had the shorts.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't give a shit. $105 for 5 cartons of cigarettes, Marlboros, I'm going to buy it. But yeah, it was, I like cruises better. Yeah. But 4 day is okay. The 3 days, I'm good.
Yeah.
4th day, I'm ready to be done.
Yeah.
The week, I'm ready to go home by 4th day. And we left out of New Orleans the first cruise we ever took, and it was right after Katrina. Yeah, so everything smelled like sewer. I couldn't even eat a damn plate of French fries because I was so nauseous from the smell.
Oh,
We went down Bourbon
Give
Street.
me a time. I know it.
We went down Bourbon Street, me and Bobby and our friend Alan. We're walking down the street. It's like 10:30, so it's not a whole lot of people because Mardi Gras had already happened the week before. There's this old lady. She's like 70, up on a balcony at one of the hotels on Bourbon Street, and she hollers at Bobby.
From the balcony, sir.
And he looks up from talking, and she's got her shirt raised and no bra, and her titties down to her navel.
Yeah, dog.
And when he looked up, she threw some beads and hit him right in the head. I'm like, oh, yeah, woman done got you.
Man.
She done tagged you.
She's aggressive.
It was funny.
Hold on a minute.
Bobby said, she ain't talking to me. She ain't talking to me.
She can't be talking to me. Yeah.
I said, hell, she don't have to talk to you no more. She done showed you what she had.
Man.
Yeah,
And she beat you with some bees.
She did. She ringed him right in the head, man.
Bobby, I'd be considering filing assault. Because, I mean,
And then we went into
Good thing you hadn't ate that time. You left long ago.
and then we went into a voodoo shop.
nothing could have prepared me for what happened next when I turned my head.
And I thought Alan was gonna lose his shit. He was like, oh, look at you. You done got blasted. Bobby was like, dude, she was talking to you.
Turns out she was talking to you.
Oh my gosh, it was so funny. So we stayed the night at a hotel to wait for our cruise ship the next morning.
Yeah.
So we're going going into all the fuel shops because I'm looking for specific, like, Mardi Gras beads that,
That ain't gonna take to make it to get on
you
the
know, are
highway.
rare.
Yeah.
And so I go into this shop, me and him do, and you didn't even know anybody was there until you started walking closer to the back of the store.
I didn't know.
And then the Voodoo Queen was sitting there with her little tarot cards
Oh.
and little glass ball.
Oh.
And she was just like really freaking creepy. Like, wasn't she? She was.
If that's what she was going for, she was killing it.
Yeah, hip
Yeah.
Not today.
And then our friend's sister says, everything's not working.
Oh, my.
And I'm like, I was fixing to pick up some Mardi Gras beads.
I just want seeds.
Because they were flamingos. And my sister very loves flamingos.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, these are cute. I'm gonna get these.
Yeah. It might be the same shop that me and you went to. You know that picture that we took underneath, like that big set of beads that we can see our reflection in?
Yeah.
In? That might be the same store. Like, because it was like a
It was close to that.
store. Yeah. This thing, like, and it was just all beads, and we didn't even get to the back of the store. So she might.
We didn't see them.
No.
Yeah.
Like, it looked like just an ordinary souvenir shop until you got in.
Yeah, yeah.
And then there's like little voodoo dolls hanging everywhere with pins in them. And,
Oh, I remember that shop.
Yeah.
oh
Yeah, I
man.
think so.
Yeah.
I think I remember that too.
So I'm just like, okay.
Yeah.
It took me until we got back from our cruise to find the damn pink flamingo necklace in another store.
Hey, at least you found it, right?
And it was in the one that we went to the first time.
Oh.
I told him, I
Isn't
said,
it around? Yeah.
but yeah, I would like to go back to New Orleans now that all the smell is gone.
We went to New Orleans on St. Patrick's Day, and it was lit. It was so much fun. Oh my gosh. We had a blast.
I guess because I'm not a drinker, like, I just watch everybody else get stupid.
Freddie pissed some little dude off from the balcony. We tried to throw a bag of trash at him from the street.
Hey, did you run into the guy that was selling broken CDs?
No, I don't think so.
Oh god.
Or the bum that pissed on the sidewalk?
All this up. There's all
Yeah. This poor little baby dude was like from down on the street, and he picks up a bag of trash that was in a pile, right? Picks it up, goes to throw it at the balcony, and it just busts and goes all over. So now he's mad. I'm gonna come in there and come up here and whoop your ass type stuff. And I'm like, no, he's not. You smell like garbage, my dude. They're not letting you in.
Right?
It's not happening. Yeah.
Yeah, we were walking, like, the day that we were leaving for our cruise. We were walking down Bourbon Street during the day.
Yeah.
And this little dude comes up to us talking about, man, buy my CD, I just made it, blah, blah, blah. Bobby said, oh, can I look at it? He opened the case and it's like half a CD. Yeah, Bobby's like, I'm not buying this.
Yeah.
It's broke.
Did somebody try to eat it first? Then no.
Somebody was hungry.
And then so we finally got him to quit following us.
Oh.
And we stopped outside of this little souvenir shop. And one of the bums that was on the sidewalk just takes his weenie out and starts peeing everywhere. I'm like, what the f-? So we come back from our cruise and we're like just
Bourbon Street, ain't it great?
walking, you know, we're just exploring New Orleans. And we get this guy, random guy, to do a tour for us, like take us to like the graveyard and stuff that you see in the show, the originals. we went to that graveyard. That's where Maria Laveau is buried. Well, anyway, this guy took us down in the middle of Cracktown.
Oh,
And I'm not
no.
kidding. Needles everywhere on the ground, rock, crack rocks laying on the ground, baggies everywhere, condoms everywhere.
I feel like there's been a miscommunication here, sir.
And people are looking at us, we're a group of white people with the black guy walking down Cracktown. And they're like, don't look at people. What else do you call it? Because that's what it was.
Oh, man.
And I'm just like, holy crap, we're going to get killed here.
Right.
Like, nobody is going to know we're even here.
I'm not trying to end up on forensic files. No.
Because there was gangs right there on the corner selling crack right out in the open.
Yeah, y'all had a miscommunication
Hey, you
somewhere.
gotta experience the real stuff, man.
Right.
Yeah, Alan's like,
Y'all cannonballed off into, can you?
Alan's like, I'll pay you $50 if you take us to on a real tour.
Oh.
He said, okay.
Who slapped down first then after y'all left?
We had to ride home with him. I wasn't slapping. It'd already been a long damn day.
Sound like a Mexican cab driver in Matamoros. He's like, go to the Hard Rock Cafe? Yeah, sure. Paid you money. Drove us to the side of the building. It's just around the corner right there. It's the same building. Here you go. And walked up. It'd been closed for probably months.
Oh.
And we were like a mile in town away from the border. And we had to walk.
Oh, man.
Wow.
Well, he did his part.
He got you there.
He did. He so
He didn't say it was up or not.
Yeah, making money. I guess.
Yep.
Like, hell no. We had fun, though.
Good.
We got home about midnight that night, but we had fun.
Y'all went on an adventure. No doubt.
Oh, we did.
Yes.
Yep.
You put me and trips together, we're gonna have something. The last time we went to Destin, I don't know how we made it home. Because I didn't sleep any the night before we left, and we left at like 3 o'clock in the morning.
Oh.
Bobby had slept a couple of hours, and at the hotel before we left, there was people out in the parking lot fighting,
Oh boy.
and so we didn't sleep. We didn't get to sleep. And so we're driving, and I can't sleep when I'm riding in a car. I can't sleep like that. So I'm exhausted because I haven't slept.
Yeah.
Bobby drives,
Oh, man.
about halfway,
Yeah.
and he asked me to drive. I don't know how the hell I got us where we got. I was so
But you did
exhausted. Like, I'm drinking coffee and soda to stay awake,
Double
and I
fist
still
caffeine.
can't. I still couldn't stay awake.
Mercy. Dangerous.
I told him, I said, never again. Never again will I not sleep.
Yeah.
But it was fun. Like, we had a good time. For the most part. For the most part.
Sounds like you had the best of it.
Well, the people that we had with us was not very good travel. Like, he was controlling, she was afraid.
Oh.
Stupid shit. Like, those, they're like yoga pants, only they're not yoga pants. Like, you can get some for beach wear, you can get some for just going out.
Yeah.
Well, they had some white ones at Alvin's Island, and they were like $10.
Yeah.
And they had some in her size. I'm like, oh, these would look good on you, because she's really dark complected.
Yeah.
I said, get you, like a hot pink shirt or something that has some white in it, but not all white.
Yeah.
And it would look good.
Yeah.
Oh, because yes, it wasn't even an outfit, it's just bare pants. I said, well, these are not pants that you wear, like, to the store or church. These are pants you wear on the beach to cover up.
Yeah.
He wouldn't even let her wear a bathing suit on the beach.
So, what was she supposed to
She wore blue jean shorts and a t-shirt. Not even a tank top, a t-shirt. Because he didn't know.
Yeah.
Goodness gracious.
And I'm like, so we listened to them fight and argue about it the whole weekend. So we were.
Over some pants.
It gets worse. So we decided we're gonna go on a sunset cruise.
Right, right.
Okay, run for the bigger.
Yeah.
We talked about it, like, hey, you want to go on a sunset
Thank you.
cruise? Not a big deal. It's our last night here. Let's enjoy it. He did not like it. That's just. I said, what the hell was the point in y'all now?
If it was to ruin our
I
part of
agree.
this vacation, then
Yeah. I mean, me and him had words. And Bob was like, what do you say? It's not gonna ruin, huh? You know?
yeah.
But yeah, it was, and that was the last time we got to go. It sucked.
Redemption.
It sucked. The whole weekend sucked. And we were there for 4 days. We were there for 4 days.
There was some beer on that.
I mean, he didn't even want to buy her dinner. Did he? We
What
went
did
to
you do?
Whataburger. He didn't even want to buy dinner for her.
And it's cheap.
Right, I know. So weird. Bobby's like, it's okay, we got you.
Try to go this time, let me a waffle out. That's cheap.
Ready to go enjoy my time.
Do it.
No kids, grandkids, no work, no drama,
Just beach.
just beach. The first time we went to Justin, we went with Alan.
I'm noticing a pattern here.
So, look,
It's a good time.
yeah,
Good deal.
Bobby and Alan was sitting up front. Alan was driving. Bobby was in the passenger seat. I'm in the back seat behind Bobby, and Alan's cousin is behind him. And me and her are talking, and you know, traffic's going by on the interstate.
That's all right.
No, that's when we went to New Orleans for our cruise. He had just given Alan a tattoo the night before that had his kids' names on his arm. So we're going down the interstate, and his tattoo was drying out. It was starting to get painful. And he's like, "Man, can you put some of that stuff on my hands while I'm driving?" Bobby gets it. He starts putting it on his arms. This car goes
Yeah.
by. And I thought they were going to run off the road because I was watching what he was
Yeah.
doing. So Alan, being Alan, he starts flipping with him, man.
Of
He's
course.
like messing with him hard.
I'm sure that made it so much better.
Oh my God, we laughed so much, my stomach hurt by the time we got to New Orleans.
Right?
Every time we would stop at the gas station, Alan would be like, "Hey babe, you need anything to drink?" Bobby's like, "Yeah, hook me up."
Right. For real.
And people just looked at him like, it was so funny. They got a blast going down there with that.
Got my food for free at Hooters.
Yeah, he did.
Nice.
That's crazy. Yeah, I'll do this.
Now,
Hush falls over the ground.
I like going for a cruise.
Yeah, my sister went to
Oh, dude, we were on the cruise, right? The same one. And Alan messes with his mom so hard. He calls her room and pretends to be one of the ship workers because in your cabins they put like bottles of water, cans of Coke, and that you can drink. You have to pay for them, but you can drink them. Well, we go to Diane and Alan's room, and we're all in there, like me, Bobby, Alan, and like 8 other people are all in this little cabin. And Bobby, or Alan's cousin, snuck a soda and was drinking. Well, Alan's like, oh, we drank one of those sodas, and I bet Mom don't even realize it. So he calls her cabin, and he starts saying that he's one of the ship workers, and he wants to know why she drank that soda that she didn't pay for. And she was like fixing to go down and cuss these people out. Because he convinced her that she had drank one of these sodas. His dad knew about it, and he went along with it. It was just hilarious. She was getting upset, like really bad. And he's like, "Damn, calm down, Mom." She's like, "Wait, what? I'm gonna choke you." He took his own coffee pot on the cruise ship.
Why?
Because their coffee pots are not big.
Yeah, wait.
No,
If it's Keurig, I can kind of understand.
it was a regular coffee pot.
Keurig.
Just a 12-cup coffee pot. He took his own coffee pot in his luggage. Yeah. He got through security with it.
Day at work.
Sure did. Both times, to and from. We would sit at his cabin and drink his coffee.
He's so compassionately snuck a board.
Yeah, I'm like, why did you bring your coffee pot?
Right.
He said, because them little 2-cup bastards just ain't enough. Hell, we'd drink 3 or 4 pots of coffee a day, just sitting there yakking. I was surprised, but they let it go through.
I'm shocked that they let it go through.
He said every time I go on a cruise, I take my own coffee pot. He said because their coffee pots are just not big enough, and their coffee sucks. So he put coffee.
Like what you like.
He put the coffee grounds in a gallon Ziploc bag, and he wrapped his coffee pot, the pot, up in his clothes.
I'm out.
And then he put the other part, the burner part, just laid it down in his bag and put a shirt over it. Never said a word.
Wow.
I was like, look at him go, right?
I look up, it always says one person watching. I've seen like 20, 30 different people like probably in watching the video.
Yeah.
It always says one person watching right now. So people watch for 5 minutes and they suck. Keep scrolling.
That was one of the best trips I've had. Just him getting Diane all pissed off was the last me a lifetime memory. He's funny to go on a trip with.
It sounds like it, yeah.
We rented a Jeep and drove around Cozumel Island. It was pretty. But he took us to the lighthouse. You could tour the lighthouse.
Oh, wow.
Up to a certain point, and it was like, I don't know that I'm gonna fit through the whole window. Because it was like so compact, and then you got like 20, 30 people at a time trying to go in there.
Yeah.
So I've always not feeling claustrophobic.
Yeah.
Now, one thing I like to do when we're going to Florida is to stop at what part of where the battleships are.
Mobile.
Mobile. I like going to the Battleship Museum.
Really?
It's pretty cool.
We had a couple friends that are gonna go do that.
They already did it.
Oh, they already did it? Not bad.
It's pretty cool. You can go inside the battleships and go through all the corridors, and they have a submarine you can go into.
Yeah.
I couldn't do the submarine. I got in there and I'm like, claustrophobia kicked in. And I'm not claustrophobic, but that was just something. I couldn't. So obviously I got it out.
Yeah. Not it.
Oh, and when we went to Hawaii, we went to Pearl Harbor.
Yeah.
I think I had some family members in that ship that sank. You know, there was one child on one of the battleships that sank. It was the captain's daughter. She wasn't on the ship when it sank, but when she passed away, they put her down there with him. So yeah, it's pretty cool.
Stop running.
And then they had the aviation museum. It was a pretty cool experience.
Nice.
Pearl Harbor.
What was the plan for, Bobby? 500?
They got,
Get these
they got come back.
You need another shot? You need another shot?
Lord.
Oh my God, he made something that time, Randy.
Heard it.
Barely.
He made one. One is better than none.
Yes. Yes, that's what I said. Oh, yeah. Didn't leave me none. All right.
It's good cut. Hell, made
Hey,
Jeez.
That's a Bobby Umfress special. If I've ever seen it.
I would have quit on that. I would have quit on that.
Line them all up again. Try to do it. I'll give you $100 if you can do it again.
3 balls in one shot.
I'm
I'd
gonna
been
do it
done.
again.
Like hell no, you're cheating.
Shot. Perfect. Get there. It's a little easier when you make 30 in one shot.
Yeah.
That's the third of the whole rack.
Took a lot of work out of that table, didn't it?
Open,
What I try to do.
wide open
Yeah.
spaces.
Well done. Here he goes.
I was trying to get the Hawking team to go to Chuck's, play out of Chuck's as a travel team.
Sit down there.
If they wanted to travel, because it has better accommodations than most of the places we go to.
Yeah.
gonna stick with the Chiefs. Freaking dang it, quit.
Yeah.
Quit. Middle of last session. We've been playing with this for long.
Yeah, where?
Yeah. We're supposed to have 2 players in the offense they moved to Rector and didn't want to drive all the way there or whatever. What's them people's names?
Yeah, fair, well. Rumba!
Evo.
I forgot how much fun that was.
Yeah, no.
Oh, Lord. That's how you get back on the second ball.
That's how you do
Oh,
it.
yeah.
He gets returned with like,
Man. Think shot me like a pinball.
oh,
Oh, Lord. Yeah,
You're on.
Yeah. Which way?
I can hit it.
That ain't going.
I thought it was going off at 9. I didn't see a cue ball spin, you know.
I didn't get it.
did it see the horses like?
Oh, wow.
Yep. Super not thrilled, but if you could.
Oh,
I was trying to say that image did not match that song at all. I don't know what she was doing. It was not Bob Seger.
Gonna hear the version of it or something.
Man. I had questions for a second. I just now noticed that the end of that quick little predator.
Oh.
Been with it for over a year. Never noticed.
And you never looked at the bottom of it.
Never looked at the bottom. Never thought to. Never. Hey, what's under there? Never once. It's the discontent.
Oh, that was dirty.
I didn't have no other stuff.
Yeah, but dirty.
I didn't have the angle for a breakout on the
Hey,
football.
he ain't gonna get no 3 damn balls this time.
He hit that dude though.
Wish you made it. It's stuck in the 6 ball.
He was trying, he didn't have.
The waft. That coming down.
You know them cookies we got from Marley that we ordered from McDonald's, cookies, dough batter? I didn't. Well, anyway, so when we had Tri-Cup, no, we were qualified at Chuck's. Yep. They brought my cookie down. Now that, what is it, caramel pecan? Chocolate chip?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah?
Caramel, pecan, chocolate.
Yeah, they are good.
Really know.
Bobby can't eat them though, they give him heartburn every time he eats them.
Oh.
Like severe crap where he's like
Yeah.
rolling
There's my
around
shop
the
there on 6
bed.
ball.
He's like, you better eat all them cookies. I'm like, cool. I'm gonna eat all of them right now. I could.
That's torture, isn't it?
I don't know what it is then, but where it is.
I cannot agree.
I would figure it's probably the brown sugar.
Oh, yeah.
You can taste the brown sugar. But man,
It's good.
She goes to sell them again. I'm duly noted. Mental
yeah,
note.
they are good. I don't know what kind of cookie dough it is, like the name of the brand.
Yeah. Good stuff.
Oh, and word to the wise. Do not freeze them.
No.
Don't freeze them. Keep them in the refrigerator at a good temp, but don't freeze them. Because then they're too large, you can't get them out. Because it takes so long to get it all. Like hours and hours.
Goodness.
I'm like, hey Bobby, don't make us look please. He's like, okay.
And then they ended up giving him heartburn.
They are mean to me.
Nice.
It was bad.
Yeah, it was bad. He's like,
Every time he eats one though, he's like, I don't know what's wrong with me. Why does it make my belly hurt?
oh.
I don't know.
It seems unfair, man. Yeah.
Really like the cookie. Like, great.
I think it's probably the brown sugar that gives you the heartburn.
I mean, I don't know that's how you make your ham when your ham will do that.
Well, ham's totally different, honey.
Maybe something else, you know.
Well, and when the brown sugar goes on the ham, it's already melted with honey. So
Maybe on something
the honey may not be allowed
Get
to
away.
get.
I'll have some. Thank you.
Y'all do Scotch double 8 ball after this? Get to it.
What's my bedtime?
Oh, Lord. It's all right.
Oh.
Right back out.
But we can pick this up another night.
Huh?
No, it's the six ball. I think it was.
No.
Usually Tuesdays and Thursdays we don't do anything. And it's usually on the weekends either because we
Might
have
not.
the babies.
No, I thought it did, but I just did.
We usually have Skylar on the weekends too.
Oh,
Yeah. She told me today, she said, "Maybe I'm going to your house today." I said, no.
It sounded more like a threat, baby.
That's how she asked me, Nanny, I'm coming to your house today. You gotta wait till tomorrow.
I'll try.
I promise I'll come get you tomorrow.
Yeah.
Okay.
She was ready though, wasn't she? She was going.
Always. She would live with me in Bobby. They would let her.
Oh.
She hates going home. She'll tell you too.
I'm just saying,
My
it's
daughter
just
would
go
get her
ahead.
and she's, no, I stay with my nanny. No, you go home. I gotta work tomorrow. And little Eden, now she's getting to where she was coming on Bobby.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Ain't her. We
Oh,
Dear
stop.
baby.
I love my babies, but it's nice to have a break.
Yeah.
But Skylar, she ain't gonna have that at all.
She had her way anyway.
If she had her way, she'd be with us when we go. Wouldn't she? Yesterday, I stayed home from work and kept her. And 6:30 in the morning until 4:30 yesterday morning, she asked where he was at.
Oh, that. She had questions.
I went to the bathroom. She comes in there and she says, "Nanny, the potty in the water potty. I'm so proud of you." I said, "Skylar, Nanny's been going to the big girl potty for a long time."
All one time, baby.
She cracked me up when I about fell off the toilet.
You gotta love that enthusiasm though, right?
Yeah, her little eyes just big as can be. You keep going potty in the big girl potty, Nanny. And then I told her, I'd done it for a long time, and she said, "What, me?"
Oh. Yes, baby, like you.
Even though we're only 3 weeks in.
Yeah, that's cool though.
She just cracked me up and talking about going to the potty.
Even though we're only 3 weeks in.
Little Eden, she don't like it when Skylar gets potty. She'll look at Skylar and give her a go ahead look and she'll say, "Bah!"
Ooh.
I'm like, what? She said, "Bah! Bah!" Stop. Okay, I got you.
Whoa, yeah.
She don't like that. Now she'll tell you bop in a minute.
This is not a baby fight club. Back down.
She cracks me up because she's short and stumpy, but she has a real deep voice.
Yeah.
Skylar is tall and skinny and has this real cracky, wild ride voice. And Skylar will be off doing something. Eden will go in there behind her and she'll start trying to play with her toys. And Skylar's like, "No, these are mine." And she'll say, "Bah, mine." She's like, "I want my toys." Took them to Walmart yesterday.
Fine.
Took them to Walmart yesterday to get stuff for supper. And they ended up with toys.
How's that happen?
Eden wanted a little, like, phone book. with
That one ball goes out in the same spot every time.
Then we get around to his toys.
I had that break down pretty good.
Skylar was looking. She gets a baby in a bathtub. And then Eden sees little Johnny from Coco Melon.
Oh, man.
Had to have it.
Yeah.
So I was gonna put her little ducks in book bag, and she's like, "Bob, Nick, Bob." She didn't want it in her bag. I'm
Whoa,
like,
whoa, whoa, lady. That's not how this works.
and then they had to have a Kinder egg. So I'm used to bathroom. He comes She said, Mammy.
Oh,
She calls me Mammy
yeah.
because she can't say Mammy.
There you go.
She
She's
feels
working
me.
with what she got.
Yeah.
What she can do, yeah.
Yeah, that's what she is. She's like, Mammy. Holding her little Kinder Egg. She wanted it open and she couldn't get it open.
Have some more.
More? More, you say? She cracks me up though. When it's time to go to bed, Eden comes right by him. If I'm laying on the couch, Skylar will try to get up on the couch with me. Like we did. She'll get down on the mattress.
Yeah.
She'll lay down for a while. When she gets up, she's like, I want to okay.
Dang. Oh.
So they have a little plastic leg. So I go out and I clean it up and I put fresh water in for them yesterday. It only heated up for like 2 or 3 hours. And Skylar starts taking her clothes off. And she goes in the bedroom and she finds her bathing suit. She finds Eden's bathing suit.
Robert.
And she puts her bathing suit on all by herself.
Doing that thing, huh?
And Eden, she's holding hers and she's like, Mammy, she needs help with
I
it.
don't know. Yeah. Same
Because
kid.
Skylar had a
Same.
2-piece, but hers was a little bitty 1-piece, you know, with a little tutu on it.
Yeah.
And she looks at that bathing suit and she looks at me and she says, Baby. So I put her bathing suit on her. And she's pulling me to the door. She's ready to go out.
Oh, Lord.
So I had to take them outside. And she looked at me and she said, "Oh, hey." I said, "Go get in the water."
Yeah.
She's like, she almost falls in head first trying to get in. And she turns and looks at me like I pushed her in there.
Like
She
it's
said,
somehow your fault.
Mammy, bop. I'm like, I didn't do it. You did that all on your own. She was like, oh, hey. I'm like, get in the water. Go away. And
It's over there.
Skylar had a baby doll in the bathtub out in the pool, you know. He didn't bring no toy out. The water toys and laying in the dirt.
Gotcha.
And this little fruitcake gets in the pool. Of course, there's grass in it by now. Right? She gets in the pool and she takes this container from Skylar that she was filling her baby bathtub up with. And she scoops a big old scoop of water and she goes to drink it. Pours it all down her face. She said, Mammy. Bop, sister, bop. Skylar did. I'm like, you crazy little
She thinks
nut.
she's getting attacked from all directions. And it's her the whole time.
She kills me, man. She has this big personality.
I'm sorry, just telling people wow.
That's what she says. Bop! Bop, nanny. And she looked over at Skylar after she stood up. She was like, Bop, sister. Skylar said, Nanny, why is she telling me to stop? I said she thinks you pushed her down.
She thinks the world is against her.
Poor baby. And you should see him like when Bobby comes home if we're home. If Bobby comes down the road, like he rode his motorcycle home yesterday in the rain
Oh.
because it caught him right outside of home.
Oh, poor Bobby. Yeah, exactly.
And I was outside smoking. If I go outside to smoke, they're both outside.
Right.
Well, I made Eden stay inside with BJ. And Skylar's out on the steps with me. I'm smoking. I said, oh, I hear Papa's motorcycle. Oh my God, the ring thought she was going to come undone.
Bobby, I'm special.
Well, I thought you were going to say it again.
She said, Nanny, Papa's coming. I'm like, yeah, just a minute. come in here. Oh, she could not
Yeah.
stand it, man. She was raring to go.
Nice.
So after he got cleaned up, we were in the front room, we was getting ready to eat. Or we had just ate. And Skylar's like, turn me upside down, Papa.
Ready.
Which he does all the time. Or she'll try to climb on his head. And she waddles over there and she's like, oh Papa. So he flips her upside down and he lays her down and she just cackled. She thought that was just the funniest thing. Papa's like, what are you doing? She said, oh Papa. Skylar's trying to climb on his head. Eden's trying to get him to flip her.
Welcome home.
But yeah, she's a mess.
Sounds like something. Quite clear.
Catch both of them on a good day.
Yeah.
They wear my ass out.
Oh, I bet.
DJ dropped them off at 6:30 yesterday morning. By 7:30, I was already ready to go to bed. And I'm like,
So is I.
because I'm trying to feed them breakfast.
Yeah.
Skylar won't sit down. She wouldn't listen. Eden's over there dropping food everywhere. She's trying to feed herself.
From the floor.
And this kid, when she gets tired of eating, she'll throw it in the floor. Like, she'll look at you and you say, don't do that. And she's like,
Yep.
I'm like, oh my God. Texted me this. I'm overwhelmed.
Come get them.
She said, well, I was worried about that. And I said, yeah, breakfast ain't going so well. And I still gotta go to Walmart in case I want to leave here.
Super excited about that.
They had me so damn razzled. I went to Walmart to get some damn tomato soup because it makes stuff over.
Yeah.
And I didn't even get it. Went to get hamburger and tomato soup. And I come out with hamburger, 3 toys, and 2 Kinder eggs,
Yeah.
something else.
Not what you would have
Not what I went in for.
Yeah.
He said, let me guess. Where these come from? I said, where do you think that comes from? Did you go to Walmart today? Of course.
Sure.
But we hadn't taken her in a couple of weeks. Normally, when we get her on the weekend, we take her to Walmart. Let her get a toy.
Where's my cigarettes?
Huh?
My cigarettes.
You threw an empty box.
I know. We got cartons somewhere.
In the kitchen? On top of the cat house. The cat house. Yeah, on the corner. Yeah, you moved it in there. I didn't move it.
Oh, that 9 was heading straight to the corner. Well, yeah, them 2 are characters. Well, Eden's just become her own person now.
Yeah.
She's so independent. She won't have to do much for me. She ain't even 2 yet.
Yeah.
When Skylar was 2, she barely got the first round.
Really?
Oh, Eden's got lots of first round.
Making up for it, huh?
Yeah. She cracks up, like, just hearing her talk. She'll say, Mammy, real deep. I'm like, God, Eden, your voice sounds deeper than mine.
No.
And Skylar, she's all like, Mammy, Mammy.
Right.
She said, Mammy, why'd she call you Mammy? I said, because she's trying to say nanny. and
She sorted
can't
it out,
say
girl.
yet.
Yeah.
She's saying what she hears.
Yeah.
And she said, but you're not Mammy. I said, well, for her I am.
Right.
I said, she's learning. You just gotta give her time.
Yeah.
But you're not first words was Pawpaw.
Nice.
But she's learned several new words in the past week or two. Even has.
Yeah, well, my youngest nephew, when he learns words, I'm telling you, we're all going to be told off all the time because he has so much to say and none of it makes sense. But it's the cutest little thing because he has so much emotion behind it. He's so animated. Yeah.
That's easy.
Yeah.
It takes her a minute to warm up to you. She don't know you.
Yeah.
But once she does, it's all downhill from there. Oh, before she could start, before she could talk and you could actually understand what she's saying. Well, she'd just get to gibbering, blah, 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 and I'm
Yeah.
like, damn.
He goes on little tirades that you just know that when they're actually words put in there instead of what he's doing.
Oh
it's
man, I
just
thought
like,
you were.
whoa.
That's what BJ has said. When she starts talking,
Mm-hmm.
and you can understand the words,
Yeah, but
you're going to have hands full. I used to think Skylar was going to be the wild child.
change your mind.
He was hard. She don't be the both of them are. But I think Eaton's going to be the hellraiser.
Really?
Skylar's
Right.
Smash him, like something.
He said smash them.
Gotta get back over on the trail.
Didn't she play like the mom on the Jackson 5 movie?
Yeah,
moved
10 different
into
options.
Hollywood, and they got the house with the built-in pool.
Yeah.
The kids had left towels laying around the pool, and she's like, "What are you gonna do, Joseph? They're big now. You can't whoop them."
Yeah, definitely.
I think those are still my favorite.
You think what?
Those three movies are my favorite. Like personal story movies. Yeah, big game.
Both shots.
Yeah.
Who's coming for him, Bob?
You're close.
Yeah.
Yeah, but.
Well, I thought he had you there for a minute. But you were down like 6 games or
It was
so.
streaking. Like, I put together 4 or 5 in a row. He
6
did 4 or
to
5 in a row.
13 or something like that.
Yeah, I think it was 13-6 at one point. So he went on what? 7-2 run? 7-1 run at one point.
You know, 3 balls at one time couldn't hit
Yeah. Most definitely.
All right, see you guys.